Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode. So, this is going to be a continuation of the spiritual warfare episode that came before this one. So, if you haven't listened to that, be sure to go listen just so you don't be lost. But I really love this topic. So, this is probably going to be all over the place, and I'm going to talk and just go and give y'all information just off the top of my head, y'all, because I think this is stuff more people should know and should be talked about. Obviously, if you're doing hoodoo, it's a closed practice. Do not do hoodoo if you are not Black, African, American Black. If you don't fall under the Black people diaspora, you don't need to be doing hoodoo or voodoo. It's for your safety. Every race or ethnicity has their own thing that they can be doing. So I'm telling you now, it's really my responsibility to tell you that. So with that being said, first you really should know that everything is intentional. Okay, when you're doing things, it all has the thought behind it. There's a thought, whatever you're doing. When it comes to doing spell work, when it comes to doing any type of conjure work, whatever you're doing, it has to be intentional. Like, for example, you wasn't wearing red. Like, you're not wearing red because you just like to wear red anymore. Like, no, you're wearing it because red represents passion. It's sensual. It's seductive. Red can also mean other things because red is a low frequency color. So that's why red sometimes can also be associated with evil, and it can be associated with chaos magic. So think of like him from the Powerpuff Girls. He was always in red. He was evil, but he was still very sensual, very seductive, because that's what red represents. And just like the show Stranger Things, Stranger Things, the theme is damn near the color red. Like, that's really the only color that stands out. It's the color red. Why do you think that is? Red is a low vibrational color, and it can be used depending on the intention that you put on it. So if you want to use it for evil, or you're going to use it for, baneful magic and chaos magic, then that's what you use it for with red, or you can use it for a different intention. It just all depends on what you use it for. So you're putting thought into everything that you do now. From the colors you wear, to the words that you say, to the way that your house smells, the way your car smells, the way you smell. So when you do things like this, not only are you becoming more intentional, and you know what your intentions are, now you can see what other people's intentions are. Like, is it making sense to y'all? Like, now that I know what I'm doing with these colors, now that I know what I'm doing with these certain things, I can tell, and now I'm aware of when someone else is doing it. Like, so now that I told y'all that, if somebody come in wearing all red, now you know it's a possibility that they either trying to entice someone or they on bullshit. Or both. They could, or both. But it lets you be prepared to use your energy and your intuition if you need to. It lets you be prepared to do whatever you need to do with what's been presented to you. Like, you see how it's warfare? Like, you see how people say it's warfare? Because it's an acknowledgement of someone else's intentions, and it's an acknowledgement of what's before you and what you're going to do about it. But that don't mean go around accusing everybody. That doesn't mean go around accusing everybody, because it's not always magic. It's not always any type of work, because most people are not intentional. And you'll realize that as you grow on your journey, most people are not intentional, And most people lollygag through life oblivious to the things around them. And that's how people are taken advantage of. That's how people are deceived. Like, being unaware is dangerous and valuable, both at the same time, because when people are unsuspecting and they're unaware, they're easier to manipulate. So, for example, it's valuable to somebody who knows how things work, but it's dangerous for those who don't know how things work. So you could be sitting next to somebody with red on. Red head to toe. You have on a red hat, your top, your skirt, your tights, your shoes. Like, think of like that red outfit that Lady Gaga had from that award show some years ago. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I know y'all know that whole red outfit. Like, let's say you're sitting by somebody and you have on an outfit that's similar to that. They would probably wonder why they feel drawn to you. Why do they feel attracted to you? Why do they feel stalled by you? And they don't know why they can't remember their words or why they can't keep eye contact with you. But you are aware of what's happening. And everything you have on is for a purpose. Everything you have on. From the red, you might have on a scent that ensnares the senses. You might have on a certain perfume, a certain type of body cream. You know, you might have a nice smelling hair oil in your hair. Your nails might be a certain way because you've put intention into everything that you do. Now, when you get dressed, you think of it. Like, when you see girls who is really into this, they put intention into everything. Like Jasmine Garden on TikTok, I'm pretty sure when she gets dressed to go somewhere, she puts intention into everything she's going to wear. Oh, I'm going to wear this dress. I'm going to wear this green dress because green represents money attracting. I'm going to wear, like if you're going to a conference or you're going to somewhere where you need to be networking. Okay, I'm going to wear this green outfit, and then I'm going to wear these green earrings, or I'm going to wear gold jewelry. I'm going to wear all things that attract abundance. I'm going to make sure that I put on a money oil, or I'm going to make sure I put on things that, that are going to attract people to me or attract customers to me or whatever. Every single thing has thought put into it now. And people do this a lot, but like I said before, most people are so unsuspecting and they just go through life and they're not thinking about anything that it just goes over their head and they fall for it. But if you know this and you're around people who are doing this, it won't affect you. And it's not, what's the word for it? It's not enticing you and putting you in any type of trance or getting over on you. Because it's like, okay, I'm aware that you're doing this. It's all about awareness. And this is science. It's really just science. And that's all magic is. It's science. It's sacred science of a lot to do with how the body and mind works and how things affect the body. So, okay, the body is so complicated. Like, the body is very complicated, but somehow still highly impressionable. Like, things can still affect the body in certain ways. But when you learn the science behind what works and why things work, you realize that it's only called magic because you can't see it working with your eyes. You can't see something working with your eyes, like perfume. You can't see what my perfume is doing to somebody with your eyes, but it's happening, right? You can't see what a color is doing, the frequency of a color is doing to someone's brain, but it's happening. So that's why it's considered quote unquote magic, because you just can't see it with your eyes. So I encourage you to take time to learn things. Learn things, learn chromatics, learn color theory. Sit down and learn what certain colors and smells and sounds do to the body. And you'll be able to make those things work to your personal advantage. That's what people are out here doing when they're being called witches or they're being called warlocks or high priestess or whatever. A lot of them have learned these things and they make it work for them in their day-to-day lives. Also, keep things a mystery. Keep things to yourself. Don't always tell what you're doing, and let your intentions speak for themselves. Do everything silently. Some people who are observant, they will pick up on what you're doing. They'll pick up on what's happening because they'll do it. Like, they do it too. They know what you're doing because they do the same stuff. Like, girl, I seen you blow dust on that person that walked past, or, I see you wearing this color for this occasion, or I see you're doing this and that. They're going to see it. And they harmless. If they call you out on it, if a stranger calls you out on it, it's harmless because they doing it too. Or they're aware of it. So they do the same thing, But when you're doing these things, you want to make sure that you're doing it right and that you're trusting it. You're trusting the intention that you put into it. You're trusting what you put in your oils. And it's really good to make things yourself. Like, we see Florida water, we see different oils. It's really good if you can make the oils yourself and put the intentions in the oils from you personally yourself. Yeah, you can go out and buy stuff and put your essence into it, but it's really good to learn how to make things at home and learn how to make things yourself, because that's how it was made before. That's how people made potions before. That's how people made, any conjure things before. They used what they had around the house. They used what they had on hand. They couldn't just go to the store and buy nothing. They had to go outside and pull some plants up out the ground. They had to use water for certain stuff. They didn't really have a oil. They had to speak into water and program it. And they had to do just, using rainwater and all that kind of stuff. They had to use what was available. So just trust what you use. And over time, kind of open yourself up to learning how to make things yourself, because it's much more powerful when you've made it yourself at home, because everything is significant to you. Everything ties back to you. Another way to keep things a mystery is to never let people know how smart you truly are. There's two things. Never let people know how smart you truly are, and never let people know how much money you have. But I'll talk about the first one first. Like, do you think people know that I'm a brilliant mind? No, they don't. Most people think other people are dumb. Most people think that no one is smarter than them, or they think you're either the same level of intelligence as them or lower. Nobody thinks that anybody is smarter than them on a day-to-day. Like, you might see people on the internet, or you might meet a professor or something like that, and you're like, oh, they're smarter than me. But like, every day when you just walk around talking to people, nobody thinks that a person is smarter than them. Especially if you're a woman. If you're a woman, men do not think that you could possibly be smarter than them, or that you could teach them anything. So my advice is to play into it. Just play into it. Use it to your advantage. And don't feel bad, because they done already insulted you by thinking that you're dumb anyway. They've already shat on you. So you might as well don't feel sorry. I do have some notes here. I do have some notes that I'm just remembering what I want to bring up to y'all. excuse me, change the vibe. Always remember that you can take control of the vibration of a situation. Just like how people say, kill them with kindness. Take away the opportunity for negativity to grow. Take away the opportunity for the negativity to thrive, because it's contagious. It jumps off of each person. When you come in to work and you say, hi, good morning, how are you? Or, if you say Grand Rising, or if you say whatever it is that you say, hi, how are you this morning? And then that person is like, I don't know what they would say back, but if they say something negative back to you, or they say something, they give you an attitude, and you'll get the urge to give them an attitude back. Don't do that, because now you're egging it on. Now you're just building upon the negativity. It's up to you to just kill it right then and there and move on, because that's a spiritual attack. That's an attack on you. And some people do it differently. Some people don't believe in that. I work for light. I'm a light worker, so I do that. I kill people with kindness, or ignore them, or transmute the energy into what I needed to do. But some people don't do that. And that's fine. You do whatever you want. You can do it however you want. Energy is not good or bad. It's just the intention of how you're using it. It's like water. It just flows. It just flows. The energy can have negative intentions behind it, but the energy itself is just neutral, if that makes sense. So just because it has negative intentions behind it doesn't mean that I can't change it. So as it's on its way to me, just like water, that's like somebody giving me some water, and I take that water and add Kool-Aid to it. So now it's what I want. It's what I want it to be. You see what I mean? I just took something that they gave to me and made it into what I wanted. So you transmute that energy. So you can either take the energy, give them negativity back. You can take it, give them, transmute it into positivity, give them positivity back. Or you can take those negative intentions and give it to yourself and use it for yourself. Any negative intentions or ill will sent to me only brings me more abundance. It only brings me more beauty. It only makes me smarter. It only adds to my gains, or whatever you want it to do, you can make it do. You take control of it. You command it. You have to put all trust in it. It's just like driving a car. You trust the car. When you motion to the left, that car will turn to the left. It has no choice but to turn. When you online shopping and you click place an order, you trust that order is on its way, and you forget about it until it gets there. A lot of times you forget about it until it actually gets there. Okay, so why don't you trust your magic the same way? Something that you control. Because you don't control when they pack your order and ship it, but you control your faith in yourself, your belief in yourself. So definitely think on that. Meditate on that. Also, like I said in the last one, protection always, every time, all the time, no matter what. Keep yourself protected. Sometimes your protection will come in and help you in the moments where your discernment or your intuition might be distracted. Your protection will come in and I didn't go this way to work. I didn't go the way I usually go today. I don't know why I decided to go a different way. That was your protection. I didn't usually stop and get a coffee this morning. I just went straight there, or I went somewhere else today, or I did something because that was your protection. Sometimes you don't understand why you do things, or sometimes you just mindlessly do things and go through different things without even thinking about it. Without even thinking about it. So, protection always. Cause me, baby, I have to be protected. Especially if you're somebody if you are a divine feminine woman, if you're the type of woman that you have something placed over your life. Just like how I talk to y'all. I'm talking to thousands of people right now. Don't you think I have to be protected? Don't you think that things are mad that I'm telling y'all when I sit here and talk to y'all and I uplift y'all and I love on y'all and I give you the information that you need to do better, be better, and heal yourself and love yourself? Don't you think I need to be protected? Don't you think shit hates that I'm telling you this stuff? So keep that in mind. Stay protected at all times. Like, for real, y'all, that shit, it gets me emotional because I know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing by telling people stuff and trying to protect them. And I'm trying to protect y'all emotions, y'all hearts, and just put you on a path to be the best that you can be. Shit don't like that. The shit that's working against you don't like that. And if you're the type of person, you uplift people and you help people, stay protected because shit don't like that. So you have to have a strong discernment. You have to have a strong intuition. You got to be strong-willed. So, ways to strengthen your intuition. Let's talk about that. So, ways to strengthen your intuition. Really, it sounds silly, but get on YouTube. Get on YouTube and type in intuition test. And there's so many different pages and there's so many different channels that they will help you. They have set up games and like different little fun ways to test your intuition. They'll do like different figures or colors, or they might do it with cards, or they might do it with, just little cute things just to see where your mind is at and see how strong your intuition is. And just because you might not get one right or you might not get two right, however many you do, they might do 10. Let's say you only get like 4 out of 10 right, or you only get 6 out of 10 right. Keep doing it. It strengthens it. You practicing that, all it does is strengthen it. You shouldn't feel bad because each time that you do it, you get better. You just keep getting better, keep getting better, keep trying it. And there's going to be some of them where you get all of them right. There's going to be some of them where you might get all of them wrong. So you just have to keep practicing and keep trying it. For your discernment, I think works, and this is just my opinion. I think it works in real life situations. I don't think there's really a way to practice that. You can try to type in, let me try to type that in now and see if there's a discernment test. But I haven't tried to do a discernment test on YouTube. But let me see. We're about to pull that up right now. Uh-oh. Hold on, y'all. I'm sitting in front of this computer right now. Okay, so yeah. They don't really have the tests on here, but they don't have like exercises, but there's some helpful videos on here. There are some helpful videos and ways that you can listen to yourself. It teaches you how to listen to yourself and not doubt yourself. Because if you're a survivor of narcissistic abuse, you have not trusted yourself for a while. Like you've given up the trust for yourself and with yourself. So you probably need to strengthen your discernment again, and you need to strengthen your intuition again and pretty much heal that part of you so that you can move on in life and be better in life, and you can see bullshit from 100 miles away. Let me think of what else for spiritual warfare part 2. people, you'll run into certain people and they'll see you for who you are and what you are. Like, I've met people who have told me, they're like, I'm empathic and I can just feel you. Like, I literally can feel you from across the room. Like being around you is just, it's such a positive feeling and it's a charge. Like, you'll get around people who they know who you are by your energy, as generic as that sounds. Like, especially now that we've crossed over into this, after that whole eclipse thing happened, and now that we're crossing over into the 5D and everything is raising up and vibrations is getting higher, you're going to start seeing people for who they really are. You're going to start experiencing people for who they are by how they feel, by how their vibration feels. People are not going to be able to deceive you anymore. People are not going to be able to hide behind a facade anymore, because you're going to be able to feel them. You're going to be able to know that they up to no good just from being in their presence. It's getting harder and harder to hide. It's getting harder and harder for people to pretend. And the good is about to start being praised again. The good is about to start being on top again. And people who mean well, people who don't have ill intentions, people who have done the healing work, people who are healing, they heart chakras, and people who are really wanting the best for others. That's who's about to start being on top. That's who's about to start making waves in the world. Like, you see all this stuff going on in Hollywood. You see everything like pretty much falling apart because it can only stay up for so long. It can only, it can only exist and stand up for so long. So that's why I be pushing people, do the work, do the shadow work, because people are going to be able to see you. They're going to be able to see that you hate yourself. People are going to be able to see that you move in negativity. People are going to be able to see that, and they're going to be able to feel that. As time progresses and as things change, people are going to be able to identify you. And they'll be able to know what side you're on from just looking at you, from just being in your presence. I've had people literally sit down next to me, people I don't even know, sit next to me on a bench or sit next to me on the bus or sit next to me, at the airport or whatever, and be like, I just feel so good. Like, I don't want to leave. Like, I don't know why I'm sitting here talking to you. I don't know why. Like, I've just told you my whole life story. I don't even know you. But I don't want to leave. And I'm like, that's just what it gives over here. Like, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm not here to do anything. I don't want anything from you. I hope you feel good when you leave my presence. I hope you feel loved. I hope you feel fulfilled. Sometimes I might holler and cuss at y'all, but it's because I love y'all. I want to help you. And it's frustrating to see people go through the same stuff over and over again, and nobody's helping you and nobody's telling you. So please forgive my delivery sometimes. I don't mean no harm. I don't mean to hurt your feelings. I don't want to make anybody cry or make anybody upset. But it's really out of love, and it's really to help you. Because coddling never helped anybody. Coddling has never saved anybody. Sometimes you just need to know things for what it is. So work on yourself. Continue to work on yourself. Continue to love yourself. Continue to love others. And the more you work on yourself and heal yourself, other people going to see that. They're going to see how your attitude changes. They're going to see and they're going to feel how different you are. and how you're actually trying to do better. So yeah, y'all, don't get me to talking in circles. But I love y'all. And I will catch y'all in the very, very, very next one.